Yellow. All right, you guys. So today we are attempting to make some curtains. I think I got everything that I need, so let me show you what I got. I got this Brother sewing machine courtesy of Walmart, aka early Mother's Day gift. And I got this flex rod. I preferred a thinner one because we are making a little curtain to go here, but they didn't have the long, like the longest that they had wasn't big enough. So it is kind of thick, but I think it'll be okay. I got a whole bunch of thread, and yeah, this actually was I think this was like $9 for this whole thing. And then I got this. This was already pre-cut fabric. They didn't have, we were like at the store pretty late, so there was nobody back there to cut any fabric. So hopefully this will be enough. So let's go ahead and set up the sewing machine and get started. All right, you guys. So just a little backstory on the whole sewing machine. So my mom is actually a very good seamstress. She has just a natural talent for that. I know how to sew a little bit, I can get away with a little bit of freehand, but I've never actually owned my own sewing machine. I remember, when I was younger, like using my mom's sewing machine, she would show me how to use it and things like that. But I've kind of been intimidated, if I'm being perfectly honest with you, just because, I don't know why, honestly. I don't know why, but I'm glad that I finally got one because I have always wanted one. So there's that. The thing that was cool about this machine is that it actually wasn't that hard to put together, and it did come, like I showed you, with that DVD. So you can pop it in your laptop or whatever, and it will give you full-on instructions on how to put this thing together. So I thought that was actually really cool. So the one thing that I initially thought about cutting this fabric, but I prefer my blinds to be like bunchy. I don't like them to look scarce. So I decided to just leave it long, and I did have to go back to Walmart and get these pins because I totally forgot about pins. I just forgot. So we went back and I got some pins, and so I'm just starting off making a little seam at the top because I wanted it to look nice and neat. So I'm just going along and placing some pins in the fabric so that I would have a good base to start with. And yeah. Another reason why I decided to start with this is because I really just wanted to get the feel of the machine and doing it. And it was fun. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was super fun. Right here, I couldn't get the needle to go down. I forgot that you were supposed to put the needle down on the side. But once I was in the groove of it, I was like, okay, I definitely got this. And I made sure that, in the beginning and towards the end, that I hit the reverse button so that I went over it a couple of times so that the seam would stay in place. Pins were extremely helpful, and I would definitely recommend using them, especially if you are an amateur like me. It is very, very easy to get out of line and to put more fabric in the sewing machine than you need to. So yeah, just go at your own pace and definitely use the pins. Okay, so now that I've got my seam here, I'm just gonna show you guys right here. I was like, yeah, we are doing it. So I'm gonna go ahead and make the little lip for the rod. So I took the rod out and I used it as kind of just like a guide to how big I wanted it. Like I said, I wanted it to be, you know, bunchy so that it looked kind of full, but I also didn't want the part where the rod is going to stick in, like the hole, to be super loose. So I just use the rod as a guide, and then again I'm using my pins and kind of just, you know, pinching the fabric, putting the pins in, and then I did that for a little bit, and then once I got like how much, you know, what am I trying to say, how much fabric to pin together, I ended up taking out the rod. So I just went ahead and did that all along that side. So at first I was kind of struggling to get the pins in, but then I was like, this way is so much easier. I laid the fabric out very straight and then just pinched it with my fingers and got the pin in, and it was just so much easier this way. So I wanted to show you guys how I was doing that. So now I am cutting the bottom because it was too long for the window, and hubby is helping me out with that, and I'm just trying to get it as straight as possible, and it is back to the sewing machine. And right here, I actually did not end up using pins because so I cut the bottom and it ended up still being too long, so I had to cut it again, and I knew that there wasn't much room for the seam, so I just kind of free-handed this and it turned out fine. But yeah, I was a little bit more comfortable by this time, so I was like, I don't think I'm going to use the pins, and so I didn't. I was kind of nervous for this part, but the rod fit in great. It wasn't too saggy and it wasn't too tight. It was just perfect. So I was like, oh, I was so relieved about that for sure. So now I am just filling in the holes with some caulking, and I'm going to let those dry overnight, hopefully overnight, because it actually was getting kind of late here. And then I'm going to go ahead and paint over those. Listen, I know this is the most basic thing you've ever seen, but I don't care, because you know what? I made that. I am actually pretty proud of myself. I'm not even gonna lie. Like I said, I know this is really basic, but the fact that I actually made this, it just makes me feel really good. And I just want to encourage you guys to try new things and, you know, do stuff. Just do it. Yeah, I'm so happy with this, and I'm especially happy that now we have a little bit more privacy, and I just think the window looks really nice like this. I really like the sleekness of it, and I can't wait until we do this window. This window will have the blinds all the way up to the top. So yeah, thank you guys so much for being here, and thank you for watching, and I will definitely see you soon. Bye.